In this video, we'll be taking a look at 2 college football games happening on November 26, 2024, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 4 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 2 college football games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Kent State versus Buffalo. Week 14 promises to deliver an exciting showdown between the Kent State Golden Flashes and the Buffalo Bulls in Mid-American Conference action. The game is scheduled to take place at UB Stadium on November 26, and it's shaping up to be an intriguing matchup. The Golden Flashes, who are still in search of their first win of the season, have struggled throughout the year with a record of 0-11 overall and 0-7 in conference play. They are coming off a tough 38-17 home loss to the Akron Zips, which took place this past Tuesday. Meanwhile, the Buffalo Bulls, with a solid record of 7-4 overall and 5-2 in Mid-American Conference play, are riding high on a 3-game winning streak. Their most recent victory was a dominant 37-20 road win over the Eastern Michigan Eagles on Wednesday, further solidifying their strong form heading into this matchup. The Bulls' recent form has been impressive, winning their last 3 games, while the Golden Flashes have had an equally difficult time on the road, losing 6 straight road games. When it comes to offensive play, the Bulls hold a significant advantage, currently playing at a high level and scoring more than 35 points per game in their last 3 contests. They run the ball 55% of the time, and their rushing attack will likely be a key factor in this game, especially since the Golden Flashes have struggled defensively, allowing more than 270 rushing yards per game. On the other hand, Kent State's offense has been underwhelming. Although they run the ball 54% of the time, they average fewer than 80 rushing yards per game and are equally ineffective through the air. With Buffalo's defense not needing to worry about a strong ground game from Kent State, they'll be able to apply pressure on Kent State's quarterback, Tommy Ulatowski, who has had a tendency to make costly mistakes this season. There is a clear disparity between the performance levels of these 2 teams, and that difference is likely to be evident in this game. Recent offensive trends highlight this contrast, with the Golden Flashes averaging just 10 points per game over their last 5 contests, while the Bulls have been on fire, averaging a remarkable 43 points in their previous 3 games. Kent State's quarterback, Tommy Ulatowski, has struggled to find any consistency throughout the season, and with his placement further down the quarterback depth chart, it's hard to imagine him having much success in this game. The Golden Flashes have not only failed to secure a victory this season, but have also dropped an astounding 20 consecutive games. Their poor performance extends to betting trends, as they are 3-8 against the spread this season and have gone 3-12 against the spread in their last 15 games as a double-digit underdog. Given these struggles, Kent State offers little betting value. Meanwhile, the Buffalo Bulls are playing some of their best football of the season and will be highly motivated for this game, especially since it's senior night, with 28 seniors on their roster. All things considered, the Buffalo Bulls to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. In terms of the total for this game, both teams have been involved in high-scoring affairs recently. The Bulls have played over the total in 8 consecutive games, while the Golden Flashes have gone over in 2 of their last 4 contests. Buffalo is averaging 29 points per game on the season, but has significantly upped their scoring output, averaging 43 points per game in their last 3 games. With their strong ground game, which accounts for over 55% of their offensive plays, they are well positioned to exploit Kent State's defense. The Golden Flashes have struggled to stop the run all season, ranking 134th in the nation against the run and allowing 44 points per game, which sets the stage for Buffalo to do the heavy lifting offensively. On the flip side, Kent State averages just 15 points per game, and while they throw the ball 45% of the time, they're up against a Buffalo defense that, although allowing 30 points per game, ranks 129th in the country against the pass. This matchup has been historically high scoring, with the teams going over the total in 5 of their last 6 meetings. Defensively, both teams have shown weaknesses recently. Kent State has given up 41 points in their last 4 games, while Buffalo's defense has allowed 39 points in their last 5 outings. Throughout the season, both teams have been vulnerable to big plays. The Bulls are ranked 88th in the country, allowing 5.8 yards per play, while Kent State has been even more porous, allowing 7.1 yards per play, which ranks 134th in the nation. Given these defensive struggles and the high-scoring nature of the offenses involved, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Toledo versus Akron. The Toledo Rockets are set to travel to Akron this Tuesday to face the Akron Zips in the final game of the regular season for both teams. This Mid-American Conference showdown will take place at Infocision Stadium. Toledo enters the game coming off a tough 24-7 loss to Ohio on Wednesday, which ended their two-game winning streak. On the other hand, Akron comes into the game with momentum after a decisive 38-17 win over Kent State on Tuesday, snapping a two-game losing streak of their own. While Toledo has secured bowl eligibility, Akron's season is officially over in terms of postseason opportunities. The Rockets will be without several key players, as 18 players are listed as questionable on their injury report. Akron, too, has its fair share of injury concerns, with 8 players listed as questionable heading into this matchup. Offensively, the Toledo Rockets have been averaging 28 points per game this season and are ranked 38th in the nation for points allowed, giving up an average of just 21 points per game. On the ground, they are averaging 115.3 yards rushing per game and will face an Akron defense that has struggled significantly against the run, surrendering 184 yards per game on average. Akron's strength, however, lies in its passing attack, which averages 233.5 yards per game. But the Zips will be facing a Toledo defense that has been relatively strong against the pass. Ranked 60th in the nation, the Rockets allow only 213.2 yards per game through the air. Toledo has also been successful against teams within the Mid-American Conference, covering the spread in 13 of their last 17 games. For Akron, there may be distractions within the team as some players might be thinking about their futures, whether it's returning for another season with the Zips, transferring to another school, or even considering entering the professional ranks. This potential lack of focus could hinder the team's cohesion and concentration, while Toledo will be motivated to perform well in order to secure a favorable bowl game invitation. Turnover ratio is often an important indicator of a team's ability to maintain control of the ball and create opportunities for their defense. The Rockets have a solid +1 turnover ratio on the season, while the Zips are struggling with a much worse -11 turnover ratio. The defensive performances of both teams have been trending in opposite directions lately. Toledo's defense has been strong, allowing just 17 points over their last 2 games, while Akron has been more porous, giving up an average of 29 points over their previous 3 contests. This contrast in defensive play could be a major factor in the outcome of the game. Toledo heads into this contest after a disappointing loss to Ohio last week. Although they haven't been as dominant as usual this season, they remain near the top of the Mid-American Conference standings. Akron, with only 2 conference victories, has had a rough season overall, although they did manage to defeat Kent State. Despite their struggles, Akron has managed to score at least 30 points in 2 of their last 3 games, which shows they are capable of putting up points when they are clicking on offense. While the Rockets had an underwhelming performance last week against Ohio, I expect them to bounce back in this game. As such, the Toledo Rockets to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. In terms of the total points scored, the over has hit in 4 of the last 5 matchups between Toledo and Akron. Similarly, the over has also cashed in 4 of Akron's last 5 games overall and in 8 of their last 10th of November games. Akron's defense has struggled this season, allowing an average of 34 points per game. Both offenses have been performing well recently, with Toledo averaging 25 points over their last 4 games and Akron scoring an average of 28 points in their last 3 contests. Both teams have been efficient on third downs as well. Toledo has converted 36.6% of their third down attempts, while Akron has converted 35.33% of their attempts. Given these trends, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.